we started talking about this off camera, and we said we gotta bring this on camera.
Yeah, bring it back.
We're in the Central region of Ghana, you know, and we have the #1 YouTuber for diasporans returning back to Africa.
Straight.
Ghana specifically, and we have the #1 Instagrammer.
Yeah,
look it up.
Yeah,
look it up.
Rashad.
Rashad McCrorey.
Yeah.
You got Instagram verified. My Instagram page is popping. This is a YouTube man, and I heard about him. Actually, people been saying, "Oh, you should talk to this guy. You should talk to this guy." And I'm in Rashad's world, and I'm, you know, I'm like, I do it, and then I zone out. And then we met at a party.
Yeah, the
party was popping. I didn't know that was his party. This party was popping. Look on my page, and then you know we spoke and then we connected. But this Central region right here, this is a blessed land, especially for diasporans. Remember the 𝐀𝐿 slave dungeon and the 𝐀𝐿𝐫𝐲 slave dungeon. This is where the gates of no return are. So there's spiritual blessing. There's no coincidence that the #1 YouTuber. When we're not talking about. Of course, you deserve it. We're not talking about, you know, we're not talking about speakers. I'm not talking about Dr. Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed. I'm not talking about, you know, Red Pill, Blue Pill, all my peoples who got, you know, hundreds of millions of followers combined and all that stuff. Who's talking about Pan-Africanism, Black consciousness in general. When it comes to diasporans in Ghana, this is the man on YouTube. Sure. When it comes to diasporans, Black Americans on Instagram, I'm the man.
Yeah, you're the man.
Yeah, you may have businesses that make more money than me, but they businesses.
Yeah.
You may people who have talk the talk, but they ain't really talking like that. You know, they're not really actually making them moves right now. You know, I'll do a versus battle of articles with anybody. You know, but you know, so this is divine. This is divine orders right here. These are divine orders right here. This is energy. If I was in a crowd, I don't know if I'd have traveled to a crowd right now. I don't know if a crowd would have brought me out here. I didn't go to a crowd for CNN.
Yeah.
You know, why did I go for a crowd for a YouTube blog? You know, so these are things that you're working with divine energies. You're working with, this is a time, again, this is the 100-year anniversary of the Great Migration from Black Americans moving from the South, where slavery took place, up to the North before we got to Harlem and New York and Chicago, Boston and all, Cleveland, Ohio, and all these different places. You know, so continue to follow the YouTube page. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out everywhere else. And, you know, just understand that these are people here. I feel the good energy coming from him. Yeah. If you're watching this for a reason. Yeah. Straight. Take your notes, make these plans. Let's make these things happen. It's something out here for you. I don't know what. Maybe I can help you figure out what it is, but it's something out here for you, and make it happen.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for checking me out. This is Ekow Simpson. I know you've been seeing me, watching me, reading about me on the internet and all that, especially on YouTube. My YouTube channel is just to bridge the gap between the African diaspora and then Africans on the motherland. So I went online, you know, looking for brothers and sisters who are doing massively well when it comes to moving to the continent, Africa, and those who love the continent as well, maybe in terms of investment, moving to the motherland and all that. And I came across a name. He's been on CNN, ABC News. He's on, he's one of the most searched names when it comes to moving to the motherland. And I found this website, Urban Dictionary, and his name has been used to replace, I don't know whatever word, but a phrase or a sentence that means that you're moving to the motherland and never come back. So I decided to search for him, and we are now in Elmina, where he resides here in Ghana, Central region. So hey, let's go to the other side and have a conversation with Rashad McCrorey on his journey to Africa. Thank you very much for coming on my YouTube channel.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having
straight.
me.
So I would like you to introduce yourself to my followers.
Hey, hello everybody. My name is Rashad McCrorey, owner of Africa Cross Culture. We do trips to Ghana, Egypt, Kenya, Nigeria, Rwanda, and Uganda. You may have seen me on CNN, ABC News. If you're from New York Daily News, New York Post, Amsterdam News, the Griot, Blavity. If you're known and if you know about Ghana news, I've been on My Joy Online, Adam Online, Modern Ghana, Ghana Web, TMGH Live, so many different places. I've been blessed to not only travel to the motherland, but have gained recognition and basically prosperity, both spiritual prosperity and financial prosperity, just by returning home to the motherland. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to sharing a lot with y'all during this interview. Thank you for having me.
Beautiful. So he has mentioned a lot. My first question is, when did you realize? I mean, reading from and then talking to most of the Africans in diaspora, African education in the Western world wasn't that deep, wasn't that detailed. So how did you realize, how did you come by you accepting the fact that you're an African?
Well, my father actually introduced African spirituality and black consciousness to me at the age of 6 years old.
Wow.
My father, who just transitioned August 27th, 2019, has been a major influence on my life. I remember as a young child, he used to listen to black conscious music on returning back to Africa. Like one of my favorite songs when I was 6, 7 years old used to go, P-E-A-C-E in the valley. I remember singing that song as a child with my little radio. My father used to always teach me about the kings and queens of Africa, King Tut, King Ptah-hotep, Queen Nefertiti, Queen Marquita. So I learned these. My father was my major influence on African spirituality. He always taught me to follow my instinct, to think outside the box, not to believe the lies in media about Mother Africa. Because this Back to Africa movement has been, is over a century old. As far as this being 2020 right now, it's the centennial of also the Great Migration when Black Americans moved from the South post Civil War, post Reconstruction era, up to the North. So now Black Americans and diasporas, I'm gonna stick to Black Americans. Now Black Americans being enthused and encouraged to return home to motherland centennially. Through times and phases and seasons. This is actually the last 10 years or so is actually the 100-year anniversary of us migrating from different places. So I've always been taught to think outside the box, to think for myself, to know that Africa isn't all flies on kids' eyelids or big bellies, from Ethiopia, not Boko Haram. You're not going to get kidnapped. You're not going to get scammed. Everybody's not 419, which is scams, which means scams out here. That Africa is a place of beauty. Africa is a place of wealth. Africa is a place of recognition. Lifestyle is different. So I've always been a little bit more consciously ahead of the game to know what Africa was really like.
Beautiful. So with your dad, introducing Africa and Africanism to you, it got to a time I know you would have to take it upon yourself to say, okay, I have the realization that I'm an African, but I need to take the next step, which is to experience the motherland. How was it like? How was the preparation like? What were your friends saying? Your parents were like, okay, you need to move the next step to visit the motherland. How was it like, that movement, that process?
It was an amazing experience. I was actually working on a degree in theology and for a master's degree in theology. And the final course was called the Cross Culture course, hence the name of my company, Africa Cross Culture, Ghana Cross Culture, Egypt Cross Culture, etc. And the students got to choose out of a list of countries. And within that list of countries, the students got to choose, and that's where they would go for a culture experience. My original destination was Cameroon. So we got to choose the destination in 2014, and then we would go to the destination in January 2015. However, 2014 was the year the Ebola outbreak happened in various parts of Africa. So the school, they wanted to cancel the trip to all of Africa. They were saying, well, you can't go to Africa, but you could go to El Salvador, South Korea. Jamaica was the closest black place, Montana, just different places that they gave us, but none of them were African countries. And I was like, hey, Africa is an entire continent with 54 different countries. And, this is 2014. This is normal talk now. But this is 2014 that I advocated for this. I say Africa is 54 different countries with different cultures, different traditions, different histories. Ghana, I was able to identify because they had no cases of Ebola. And also Ghana had a strong history of welcoming diaspora and being friendly to Ghana. Because Ghana is also known as Africa for beginners. That's kind of a common...
The gateway to Africa.
It is the gateway. It was the exit and now it's the gateway, which is, full circle. And I was able to advocate with 2 professors, and a group of originally 25 students had dwindled down to 13 but January 2015, I took my first trip to Africa. Now, I spent 17 days in Africa in January 2015 with a school during winter break. I loved it so much. For those in America who know, you get them refund checks. Yeah. So for the spring, I went to school for the first 3 weeks. Africa don't know about this, but America, y'all know about this. You get the refund check, which is pretty much out of your student loan. Okay. They pay off your school loan. They pay off what you owe to school. Yeah. And they give you the rest of the money of the loan. Okay. It's a trap, but they give you the rest of the money of the loan. And that's what you're supposed to buy, like books, pay for housing. Maybe somebody want to buy a car if they want to commute. But, you know, we do whatever we want with it, you know. I took the refund check and I ran a little GoFundMe and I raised money and I went and came back to Ghana for 6 weeks.
Because you love Ghana so much for the first time?
Oh, man, it was everything I thought of and more. That's a whole nother conversation. Maybe we'll get into it. Who knows? So a little back history about me. I was a successful New York City party promoter. I would say I was about a B plus level party promoter. I was pretty cool with it. And one day when I was out there looking for business opportunities and business opportunities, it hit me one day. I said, if I could get about 30 to 50 people a week to party in New York City, or my New York City party promoters who know me, you know I'm good. I was the birthday guy. I could always, I didn't have the clique. Parties, I didn't, but I knew how to get events and birthdays and all that stuff together. So I said, hey, if I could get 30 to 50 people a week to come visit New York City, I could get 30 to 50 people a year to visit the motherland, you know, to visit Africa. So that's when I came up with the idea for Ghana Cross Culture, which was my first one. We called it GH Cross Culture because that's what they used to call Ghana back then. And that's when I birthed the idea. I didn't start taking the idea seriously until about summer 2016. So I sat on the idea for a year. Booked my first client for 2016, organized my first trip February 2017. I used to ask people that, did my business start when I started working on the business in 2016 or when I served my first?
I think those watching us right now can also put up
in the comment section.
Let us know whether the day that idea was born or the day that the first event took off. All right. Beautiful. So then you started this whole idea. I've seen you write a lot of articles appearing on national world TVs and all that. What made you get to that point?
I've always had I used to say inflated level of self-esteem, but I have two great parents. My mom, my biggest supporter. My dad, they were separated, but he was still involved in my life. In Black America, we don't hear a lot about great dads. I have an excellent mom, but I do cheerlead my dad more because my dad did really well with me and my family. And he deserves that credit. So I always knew what I was doing was special. There were other people who were doing trips to Africa, but I felt like I was the first one to take it to social media. I was the first person to really go all in. A lot of people were doing trips to Jamaica, doing trips to Paris, and it was like, okay, now we'll do trips to Africa too, now that Africa's popping. Now that Ghana's popping. So the folks step back. So midway through 2019, the year of return, making great money, having a lot of clients, having success. But then I realized all these other companies and people were popping up. And then technically I was just one amongst a lot of other people doing events now. Nobody really knew that since 2014, I was pushing on my social media, Visit Africa, that I started pushing my business in 2016. I was really just out there marketing. I didn't know the difference between marketing and branding. So I said, what can I do to kind of get myself out there to show that I feel like I'm the chosen one? Like I really sit here and feel like I'm the chosen one. I'm the chosen one. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. I'm divinely guided. I'm in divine order. I'm walking in my kingship. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in this life. Many are called, few are chosen. I feel like I'm the one. And the evidence show. Google my name. So
Rashad.
Rashad McCrorey. I give it up. Here, my name is 𝐀𝐟𝐫𝐬𝐜𝐿 𝐴𝐶𝐾𝐲.
Okay.
Kofi meaning I'm a Friday born. Mensa, third born male, and 𝐴𝐶𝐾𝐲 meaning brave, strong, heroic. So this is me. So I said, let me start working on my branding. At the time, I decided to make that. I made that decision really December 2019. I didn't know it was prophetic. I didn't know that coronavirus was going to hit, and that I will already have a full-scale publicity business plan, not marketing scheme, but branding scheme strategy in place. And I had already started doing interviews on radio and in television. But with radio and television, there's no real history. If you're not listening to the radio that day or you're not watching the show that day, you may never know. You may never see it again. Yeah. So you start seeing articles appear about me in January 2020, just about 2 months before coronavirus hit. So once coronavirus hit, I already had my PR, my PR campaign in place, and then this just gave me a story to share. And it was able to take off. But even more, I say it's more divinely ordered, more than just I'm not that brilliant without my spiritual guides and my ancestors and my dad and everything that I learned.
Is it that greeny out there? I mean, now that you are in Ghana, and I mean you've been talking to a lot of people, myself, been meeting for the past 8 months when Corona started. You've been here in Ghana, right?
Yeah.
So would you still say, yes, Ghanaians should travel out there to the Western world to whether steady, look for money, look for wealth? Would you say Ghanaians should, or Africans should do that?
Yes, I do, because I also talk about a concept that's been talking about throughout the years, but maybe I'll start talking about even more, called the African dream. Mm-hmm. The African dream that Black Americans have, returning back to the motherland, finding their roots, learning where they come from, learning their history, giving them identity. So Africans and other people around the world having the American dream, which is you describe it, which is the more generally well-known term. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Just like not everything's for everybody. There is money up in America. So if you go into America for money, understand that things cost more. It costs, For example, for Ghanaians, a haircut probably costs me to get. I got my haircut today. I paid them extra. I paid them 10 CDs out here in the Eastern region. In Accra, sometimes I pay 20 CDs. Yeah. In America, the average haircut costs about 100 CDs. So you can go and say, you can go as a barber and say, I'm going to cut hair and get 100 CDs a haircut. Mm-hmm. But then your rent, my rent actually costs 1,800 Ghana a month. 1,800 Ghana a month.
And I think this is a cool apartment. How many rooms?
4 rooms.
4 rooms. Yes, now tell us. 4 bedrooms,
2 bathrooms,
2 bathrooms,
kitchen, dining room,
2 balconies. Like we here right now, we're chilling. So tell us the difference. Yeah. Getting accommodation here in Ghana, Africa, and then that in New York or in the USA.
Yeah. Well, just like anybody, where where you're from, different areas, different regions, different cities, different states have different cost of living. So I'm actually living in a not as costly area. I think 𝐷𝐚𝐻 is one of the lesser expensive places to live in Ghana. So like just mentioned, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, kitchen, dining room, 2 balconies. About 10 minutes from 𝐷𝐚𝐻 Castle, 𝐷𝐚𝐻 Slave Dungeon, and about 20 minutes from 𝐀𝐟𝐫𝐿 Slave Dungeon. I paid about $1,300 American dollars for the year. My rent in Harlem. Now I'm in Harlem, gentrified Harlem. 2 bedroom in Harlem, 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 living room. My kitchen is part of my living room. It feels like I pay $1,800 a month. I pay $1,800 a month.
And then the 13 in Ghana was
for the year. For the year.
What? Okay.
But what I do tell, this is what I tell my Black Americans and my clientele who wants to move to Africa. Create an income based on your Western or Northern Hemisphere currency. You can do it. People get lucky. If I wanted to do it, I'm sure I'm one of the people who would get lucky and find a job. Yeah. But I highly advise against coming out here and find a job. There's always exceptions. Yeah. You may be the exceptions. But generally, I would say find an online income. Find a job that allows you to work remotely. And if you want to move out here, use your dollars, your euros, your pounds, your yen, your francs, whatever, your rubles, whatever, and have it convert to Ghanaian currency. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm Rashad McCrorey, the owner of African First Culture. My income comes online. I'm not out here making CDs, working or making CDs my primary. People out here work 6 days a week 8, 9, 10, 11 hours a day and walk away with 300, 500, 600 CDs a month. You know, 100, for those who don't know, 100, 120, 150 American dollars a month. Now, like I said, my haircut, if I were to get a Ghanaian getting a haircut may only pay $1.20 for the haircut. You know, or they may be able to a full plate of food that'll really have your belly full may only cost, you know, $2. I'm gonna say 10 CD fried rice or something. You know, 10 CD fried rice. Yeah, $1.80. Yeah. You know, so you have to take them things in order. But I do feel a little bad when I meet diasporans out here and they tell me about how much they was making in America and they've been out here a handful of years and now they're surviving off of $300 to $500 a month. We're out here, you know, speaking to my diasporans, especially my Black American diasporans. We need to be walking in that king and queen shit. Yeah. Find a way, get that online job. I think if I do work again, and some of it is kind of crossing my mind, I may try to be an online teacher for a university. Mm-hmm. And I have to tell them I'm only working remotely online. You know, I'm not going home. Yeah. You know, if I go home to visit, I go home to visit. So if you want to move out here, find a way to keep cash flow. Cash flow is king. Find a way to keep cash flow coming from the western world or from the northern hemisphere, and then use that to live and invest in Ghana and invest in Mother Africa. If for Africans, if you want to move to America, yes, there's money in America. Yes, you can find places to live in America, but you also have the advantage of not being American and not being so spoiled, and having more flexibility in your limit accommodations. Americans, we have neighbors. My neighbors force me to talk to people in this community, force me to talk to them. Americans, we know we can live next to people for years on end and never speak. You know, people could live, you know, multiple. I have a brother. I haven't slept in a bed with a man until I got here in Ghana, and the guy just go to sleep on the bed, and there's nothing homosexual, nothing about it. In America, it's like, I went to the barbershop today, and I'm joking with the barbers. Why y'all sitting so close to each other? Yeah. I'm not, you know, we want to talk this liberal and this, you know, new world, but if you see two men, this is the other guy. Yeah. We like, why you guys sitting so close together? Guys here be laying on each other's lap and sleep. And they be straight men. Yeah. And it's you know, because it's a sense of family, it's a sense of unity. Yeah.
Maybe let me catch you in there. Yeah. This draws my attention to this question that what few differences have you seen culture-wise with America? Like you just mentioned, I mean, here in Ghana, it's cool when I'm you know leaning on you, like there's nothing out there, but there, like, what's happening? Yeah. So what few cultural differences have you seen?
I like to pinpoint the cultural differences as far as the positives of Africa. Yeah. For those who see me on ABC News, I talked about the music and Black American music. It just seems like all the music is about violence, drugs, you know, kill, murder, pop a pill, selling coke, selling crack, selling cocaine. Here in Ghana, I've never heard any violence in any music. I never heard about anybody shooting each other. Only drugs I hear about is marijuana and alcohol. The closest to somebody you talk about dying or killing, some guy talk about maybe I'll die for you. Talking to a girl. You know what I mean? Nobody talking about fighting and arguing and hurting each other. Like Ghanaians, y'all be saying the nastiest thing. And I'm not saying this for all African countries. Remember, Africa is different. Like Americans, we like to fight. We hit people, we fight. Ghanaians, they be getting in these real arguments and saying nasty things to each other. Like, I'll sleep with your mother. Like, but just saying it like using the F word and being mad and serious things. Like, oh, I would have smacked them already. Yeah. You know, food. What I started to learn is America, we're a land of obese people. Our food is just contaminated. You know, here, if you eat chicken, vegans and vegetarians don't kill me. Vegans and vegetarians don't kill me. Yeah. If you're here, you're eating chicken. The chicken might have been alive within the last week, 2 weeks the most. In America, the chicken might not have ever been alive. The chicken might have been frozen for months on end with shipping, you know. The chickens here are eating real worms from the ground, you know, eating real rice, real corn, no GMO. America, our food is full of steroids, it's contaminated, pesticides. Here, the food is much more natural. Living-wise, just the health and the cleanness of the air, Black America. We're always, all of our neighborhoods are by highways or by sewage facilities. Here in Ghana, the air is fresher. Even when you're in a city in Accra, or if you're in La Township and there may be big sewage drains and stuff like that, at the end of the day, it's not American smog. It's not power lines and people are catching cancer.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons that we're dying so much of coronavirus in America is because we're not healthy like that. And then Africa has dealt with its share of diseases and unhealthy things. So the immune systems are stronger here. So maybe coronavirus is here, but it's not, destroying them here. Where in America, the Black American is so healthy. We're stressed. We're dealing with depression, anxiety. We're so used to being harassed by the cops. We're so used to dealing with like negative images on television. Men and women, we have issues in our relationships. We always have enemies. We're always fighting against somebody. We're always defending ourselves. That's a high level of stress. So going back to the question you asked me earlier, Africans, when you go to America, understand that America is a different sort of jungle. Besides money, here you just deal with classism, and it's just like if you got money, you got money. You don't, you don't. There you can even have money, but you still got to deal with racism and systematic oppression, and that's a whole nother animal. They got you fighting against each other. A lot of, as Black Americans, a lot of our scholarships are going to Africans from Africa, let alone Indians, South Koreans, Asians, Latinos, and things of that nature. So there's gifts and blessings on either side. But for an African who wants to visit America, go for it. Do it. America is a land of opportunity. You find a way to get that American currency and live in Africa, or get that American currency and still be able to develop a life at home. $30,000 in America is not a good living. But that turns into down here. If you have $30,000 a year in online income, that's almost $200,000 a year. That's almost $200,000. It's about $180 cash, and then you get another $30,000 to $50,000 on top of that, just in the difference in prices.
Right.
So depending on where you live, Accra, 𝐷𝐴, those places are a little bit more expensive. To me, 𝐀𝐿 is not that expensive, not compared to 𝐷𝐴 and Accra. So find out the good place for you to live. Understand that, don't get thrown off by the numbers that you make in America. Things like I said, imagine paying 100 CDs for a haircut every time you want your haircut.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So don't think because you make 100 CDs for a haircut as a barber, your rent might be what you pay in rent. What you pay in rent for a year in America might be what you in Ghana might be what you pay for a month in America.
So we're speaking to Rashad, who is currently in Ghana. What is Rashad doing right now, and what is his vision before 2021? What is Rashad doing right now?
I've been blessed to have a lot of ideas on the table that's finally coming to fruition. I currently have a book coming out. As of now, the name of the book is called Stay, Why I Decided to Stay in Ghana During the Coronavirus Pandemic, where I kind of detailed my story regarding how I got to during the coronavirus pandemic, to just give a fast preview of that. I arrived in Ghana February 27th. For 6 March festivities. For those who know 6 March, for those who don't know, 6 March is Ghana's Independence Day. I had 4 American guests. We toured the country, and in mid-March, when the coronavirus pandemic broke out, instead of returning home to America, I decided to stay in Ghana. I talked a lot about being divinely led. I brought a one-way ticket, and I was only supposed to stay for 2-3 weeks because I was always caught between either having to leave early. And like, Dad, I wish I didn't have my ticket to leave, or my ticket being too far out and I was ready to go. That happens too. You get homesick, or
there's something you need to go. You
want to leave. You want to leave. I like the country out. I don't like being in one place too long. So pretty much, I decided to stay in Ghana, and I just been on an adventure. I stayed in Accra for 6 weeks. I stayed in Eastern Region. I lived inside of Bury Botanical Gardens for 2 months. Now I've been in Central Region for 4 months, and I've been visiting the Western Region. I've been visiting all over the country. I still have some places to visit. So that's what my book is going to be on. Stay. Why I decided to stay in Ghana during the coronavirus pandemic. That's a tentative name. That's probably won't be the real name, but just look up my name, Rashad McCrorey. Find me on Instagram, Rashad_McCrorey. I'm verified, so that's me. I'm also working on a movie. We're going over the script tomorrow. Production start next week. It's called Stuck in Africa. One man story. Business trip. It's a fictional story based on my real life story.
Okay, so it's about you.
It's about me.
Okay.
It's about me. It's a fictional story based on my real life story.
Okay.
You know, one man's journey in a foreign country during the coronavirus pandemic. It's called Stuck in Africa.
Stuck in Africa.
I'm not stuck. It's clickbait. I'm not stuck. It's clickbait. It just sounds like, stuck in Africa.
Yeah, stuck in Africa.
You're like, why don't you just say settled in Africa? And niggas ain't watching Settled in Africa. They're watching Stuck because we still deal with stereotypes. Sometimes you gotta clickbait it.
Yeah.
So I'm working on a book. I'm working on my movie. That'll be done before 2021, and I'm also planning a lot of my other country trips for 2021.
An American is watching you, a diaspora, somebody from the UK, Caribbean, Canada.
Yeah.
And he's like you.
Yeah.
What services, what help can you give to that person who's watching you right now that is going to have your email at the end of the day? What services can you give out to that person who want to move to the motherland?
Yeah. Well, we can provide you with services. We can share with you how to move to Ghana. What are the right protocols? There's 3 main ways to move to Ghana right now.
Yeah.
There's residency permit, there's work permit, and then there's an NGO, which is a non-government organization similar to a 501(k), K nonprofit in America. Work permit, like I said, residential permit. Okay. We can help you find real estate. Okay. We can actually organize trips for you so you can kind of see the country for yourself. I always say it's better to kind of explore the country first.
Yeah.
Explore the country, see different places, see where you want to live, and then make sure that you're choosing the right place for you. Because again, I lived in a major city of Accra. I lived in the mountains of the eastern region. Mm-hmm. Now I'm off the ocean of the central region.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they think they could just hop up and come. Don't do that because you're going to need a lot of money to start in terms of having your best experience.
Yeah.
You can get lucky or you can just go where you go and you want to settle. But see the country, see the world. Like it's a new wave going on that I'm blessed to be a part of. And sometimes and it's loosely titled life experience over personal possessions.
Yeah.
Like, land aside, land and stuff aside. Like embrace the experience.
Yeah, the experience, yeah.
Have the experience. Right. And my father always taught me a written record is better than a mental note. Have an experience and document it. Document it for your children to see, for your grandchildren to see, for your future legacy, for you to look back on. So we're here giving consultations. We're here organizing trips. I have several trips planned for 2020.
What is your take on the $150 entering Ghana COVID-19 test?
That's a lot, but...
But every country, I love every country,
that's the highest country.
Way, and then the way they want to deal with it, you know what I'm saying?
Kenya's 50, Rwanda's 30,
yeah.
Uganda's 30, Ghana's 150.
But I feel like when you compare all these countries, I think Ghana is the lowest. I don't know, but Ghana is the lowest with this whole pandemic thing, with the death rate, with the active cases. That is how I see it.
Yeah.
So maybe they trying to keep that status.
That'd be good. At the end of the day, $150 is not a lot of money.
Yeah.
To keep you. If $150 is keeping you from coming to Ghana, you shouldn't come. To be honest with you, but I'm just comparing that to the other countries, like Rwanda.
Yeah,
they're not charging the extra $100 or the $120. They charging $30, but then you have to pay for the hotel room for your 1-day quarantine while you wait for your test results.
Oh, okay.
Where once you get in Ghana, you just take the 30-minute. I don't know how long to wait to take the test, but you take the 30-minute test. Mm-hmm. Like getting into the airport, waiting to actually get punched and all that, or swabbed, whatever, and that's all you're paying for. And then once you get the negative, you go right into the country. Rwanda, you got to stay in a hotel that you pay for.
Okay.
So your whole first day is in the hotel, let alone if you stay, let alone if you get, if you get a negative result. Yeah. I mean, a positive result. Yeah. So, I think it's costly, but Ghana is about money. And like, another thing I say to my diasporans, especially my Black Americans who want to come to Ghana thinking like, okay, we want to get out of America. Ghana's not inviting Black Americans to come home to live if you don't have money. They're inviting. Read the words.
Yeah.
Listen to the words that the Ministry of Tourism is saying and Foreign Affairs are saying. They're saying we want you to come and invest in Ghana. They're not here trying to hear you talking about where's the subsidized housing, where's the free land, the land grant. USA Today. I have an article with me in it. USA Today called Fact Checking. Ghana is not giving away free land and free money. Ghana is not giving away free land, free money. Google Rashad McCrorey, USA Today. The name of the article is Fact Check. Ghana is not giving away free land and free money. They want you to come out and have your money in order. I'm telling you to come out here with your money in order. You want to come from America, the land of milk and honey, and you want to come out here poor? Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself. And keep your cash flow. Keep your cash flow.
All right, that's a wonderful conversation we've had there. Yeah, the positive and the negative, everything makes it happen. At least you get to learn what to do when you're coming to the motherland. So hey, your last word to African diaspora. Your last word.
What's the difference between coming with me and other companies is that it's really about respectfully me. I'm one of the leading, if not the leading influencer of Black Americans returning back to the motherland. I'm blessed. I'm divinely guided. It's like you're coming to a place of blessings. You come into a place of spiritual fulfillment, but are you coming just through a regular company that just takes anybody and they just business people? Or are you coming through somebody who's divinely ordered and divinely guided and have blessings amongst myself? I have a great reputation out here. I have great business connections. I have great experience. And I ask that you do come through my company, or at least inquire to come through my company, because I have blessings for everybody. I have a vast knowledge and I have a vast array of people. And I would say take that step and come. Don't worry about your friends. Don't worry about your family. Step outside that box. If you really want to come, don't worry about coming by yourself, especially to Ghana. Ghana is one of the safest countries in the world. Yeah. Ghana has a lot of places that if you really want to take care of yourself, you can take care of yourself. Make that trip, make it happen. I'm be honest with you. Don't let Ebola stop you. I'm sorry. Don't let coronavirus stop you. I wrote an article called Ebola didn't stop me in 2015. I won't let coronavirus stop me in 2020. Don't let these things stop you. If it's meant for you to come, it's here for you to come. And don't let me say have your money right stop you from visiting. Don't let it stop you from visiting either. I say that if you want to relocate.
Yeah, stay.
I say that if you want to relocate, have your money in order. But don't let money stop you from visiting. Make it happen. I made it happen.
Yes.
I done it already. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to do it too. And I send them blessings out to you. My blessings work. If it's resonating with you, do it, because my blessings work. Make it happen.
Yeah, his blessings work. And our sisters definitely will make it happen for you. So take that trip. Don't be scared. Jump outside the box. Think outside the box and come to the motherland and experience it. Then you can go back, plan, and then come back. If you need to know anything, just put it up as a comment. Let me know. I'll direct it to him. I'll leave his email address in the description below as well. Thank you very much for checking us out.